How many games is too many games for the Celtics to allow the Knicks to hang around in this thing?
I say they win in 5. So I think they get you once. But slap these guys and slap these guys early.
All right.
Don't let them believe they're in this thing.
I'm going to be pissed if this gets to a Game 7. Pissed.
Oh, you should be.
That's where I'm at. 6 games. Look, this is a team they built to beat you.
It hasn't worked.
And you're right. It hasn't worked in the regular season, but there's talent on this roster. And again, you know, when you've got a guy and multiple players really that are designed to stop your best players, I think dropping 1 or 2 games here is not expected, but you can kind of talk yourself into a 6-game series for sure. No doubt.
If this thing
I don't want to talk myself into a 6-game series. Why do we want to do that?
No.
I think this is a real series. I think the Celtics are going to win it, but I think this is
where
going to
we
be tough.
Yeah. This is where we disagree. It will not be tough. It's going to play out the same way it did in the regular season. The Celtics are going to be able to go back to the way that they like to play. They're going to shoot 1,000,000 threes in this thing, and the Knicks don't stand a chance. I'm going to be annoyed if it goes 6. I will be flat out pissed if it goes 7. They should stomp this team.
So you got to be able to adjust within the series too. So if the three's not working, you got to be able to kick it inside and just find other ways to score points. So if it does get to 7, it's kind of on Joe, right? Not to put it on him, but you got full health. Nobody's on the injury list. You're a full allotment of players. Mix and match them. Get your bench players in early. Get these guys scoring. Facilitate, and your 2 guys dominate. Your 2 big guys. You should be over in 5.
I'll be interested to see, too, like, does New York take anything from that Orlando series? Orlando, a better defensive team, but, like, hey, you know what? We're going to take away those threes for Boston, make them try to beat us in a different way, which Joe says they can do. But to your point, I mean, like, the comfort level.
Take a physical shot at him early, dust it up. Yeah.
I mean, from a comfort level, that's not the way that Boston wants to play. I'm going to be interested to see on kind of the approach New York takes tonight, too.
I want to know how they guard Brunson in this series and how healthy Drew Holiday is.
It's a huge part of it.
That's what I want to know.
People say it's Brown, right?
That's my one question going into this. Is Holiday dealing with what could be something that turns chronic, as we asked Joe Mazzulla? He made it sound like it was not.
He always does that, though.
No, but I felt he gave us a little more than he usually does. He seemed to indicate it was not of a serious kind of strain, pull, whatever it was. So we'll see how the hammy looks tonight. For Drew Holiday. They're all off the injury report, right?
Yeah,
it is
clean.
Clean sheet.
Yep, clean sheet.
Clean sheet.
Yeah, don't let this thing get back to New York to where they beat you up physically. And that crowd gets going and Spike Lee's jumping up and down and they're starting to feel like that's the only way to get a shot at you. Maybe win it at home.
Who's going to beat them up physically?
That's the problem. You don't have
Anunoby, Bridges, those 2, just in terms of supposedly being sort of those stoppers for Tatum and Brown. You know, does New York kind of have some juice to? But look, I think Boston wins this series. I think they probably win it in 6 games. But I think this is really kind of maybe the first one that we've seen in a couple years where maybe this has a little bit of juice to it. Maybe we actually really get into this like we didn't have in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, but only for this reason. Only for this reason. One, it's Boston, New York, which is what that clip was about with Rochi asking Jaylen Brown about it. That's number 1.
Yep.
Number 2, it's about the fact that we have been previewing this series for an entire season.
No question.
So that's a big part of it. We've been predicting for months that it would be Celtics Knicks in the second round, and here we are. We got it.
It's a good second round.
It's interesting because it's the Knicks and it's New York.
They've got star power.
You detest them, you hate them. Yep.
And they do have star power in Brunson. They're deservedly so.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns is soft, as we laughed at during the regular season. Softest big guy in the NBA. We're going to continue to laugh at that.
Remember when you took care of Brooklyn and you eliminated them and like just how Tatum was feeling it and
I
sort of
think
started to get that swagger?
Knicks fans
It's a big second step for him here.
have an inflated self-worth
Yeah.
that is born out of, I don't know, the fact that they play at a historic building.
Yep.
I guess that's what it is. The way these guys talk about their team and their history, it's like, what?
Nobody has been in on more max level guys that haven't actually landed one of those free agent superstar players than the Knicks. Yes, no, 100%. Yep, that part is true.
Yeah. They are the interest kings, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, we got all this cap space.
No, that's really awesome. They do think that they are special. They haven't won a title in 52 years, but okay. Great. Congratulations. We're all very proud of you. They haven't played in an NBA Finals since '99. They've only played in 4 finals, period. 2 of which they won in the early '70s. Yeah,
that's crazy.
but they think there's some sort of basketball royalty.
Oh, I think they're elite.
Yeah, the basketball mecca. What? Why?
It's the setting. It's the garden.
Yeah, it's the
downtown
garden.
New York.
That's it. It's the
right
building.
there at Penn State. It's everything about it. Like, people get jazzed up to be there, and they're fun, having fun, love it here, big time. Go down there and slap them down there. Squeak a couple wins out here, but take it to them down there. Eliminate them badly down there in front of their own fans.
I don't even get why Madison Square Garden gets the love that it gets. I mean, it opened in 1968, the current MSG.
Yep.
It's not like some 100-year-old building. It's not like going to Fenway or Wrigley or Lambeau. Like, no.
New York, downtown New York. That's why. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. Smack in the middle. It's not a pretty place. It smells. Yeah, you've been there. They've upgraded some things, but I like the places.
I like the building.
You do.
I know.
I like
it
the
too.
building. I like the building simply because it's of an era when the seats were intimate to the court.
It's got character.
Not so much these days. Not since the remodels.
No,
The remodels have taken any real character out of it. It's just a smaller building where the seats are tight to the whatever you're there for. It's got good sound for a concert. I'll give it that too.
The big axe
Better
player.
sound than our garden. But I don't get it. I don't get what it all comes from. But anyway, that's a side story. I don't think this Knicks team matches up well. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up. And the Celtics are going to get all too comfortable in this thing. Stomp them out. Do it again. Meanwhile, Cavs, Pacers. So excitedly pointing at the TV last night.
Look, this is his team, man. He's been all over the Pacers.
He keeps
for a while.
talking about
They're
it.
fun to watch. No, they're fun to watch. It doesn't feel like they got a-holes. Like, they just got guys that want to run and gun and play above the rim. I love that. Up and down. Athletic. Not slogs. Not these overpaid babies. These soft, guys that just make all this money and just trying to bang out something at the end of their career. That's not the case with them.
We're at AC/DC last night.
Oh,
that was on
baby.
one of the TVs. And so I was like,
Latest.
Pacers, that's my team.
3 nights in a row, right down the middle.
telling
Bang,
you.
bang.
I've been telling you
2
about
TVs.
them.
We had the hockey's going on over here. They lose with 1 second left.
Oh my God,
I'll
what
be
a
all
game,
Beetle,
man!
Beetle,
I
look.
was
cannot,
watching that on the- I was
I
watching that on
cannot
the
believe
plane.
that. I cannot believe how the end of that game happened.
Real.
I'm screaming for you.
Zoe starts screaming when they scored the tying goal, and I turn around and I go,
What are you doing?
what the hell? I go,
Look.
it was just 3-1. He was like, yeah.
1
I'm
second
like,
left.
no, there was a 2 minutes to go in the game, and it was 3-1. What the hell happened?
Too much going on.
Too much happening.
Wait, over here. I can't do all 3 at once.
You got AC/DC playing on the stage. You got the 2 TVs going in the suite. It's tough life.
I know that.
Someone's got to do it.
McTakey was there.
Someone's got to. McTakey was there. Caleb Porter was there.
Party animal.
Look at all that. You missed out, McCone. You
I
missed
know.
I like Porter more. He's told me some stuff.
He's See, he's already told us all these
Zolak's
things.
anyone that
but-
tells the gossip.
Yeah.
Oh, he told me.
McCone and I were already friends with Caleb.
Right, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
Dave Matthews.
We've got a history with
So
Caleb.
you knew all that stuff then. Like,
We've talked. We've kept in touch since.
Good.
You know, I can't say the same.
If you spill the tea to
you.
Zoe, he'll love you
yeah,
forever.
you just
I got
make
him.
just make Zoe feel like you've given him a little inside scoop, and he's your best friend for life. Yeah, we know it was a great pick. We're fully aware of how great the pick is at this point. But beyond that, he seems to think that Tatum top 5 Celtic of all time. Are we ready to put him in that conversation?
Well, he'd know a hell of a lot better than I would. I mean, he's played with some of the best, obviously. Called all the games. Like Max knows it when he sees it. But there's the argument. It's, what's the personality? And this gets to the national stage of whether or not you're in or out on Jayson Tatum.
I mean, it's really all about spots 3, 4, and 5 in the top 5 because we know Russell and Bird are firmly there and they're never going to be removed.
You want to add a name there quickly?
Go ahead.
Bob Cousy. Bob Cousy's on that list.
I knew you would say that.
Here we go with the Vinatieri
So-
Edelman thing.
So let me get this straight. Bob Cousy will never be allowed to be removed from the top 5.
He is a 6-time champ. He was an MVP, 10-time All-NBA first team
Long time
guy.
ago. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Game's changed.
I mean,
Kuzi's in the top 5. He's
okay,
number 3.
Why him and not, like, let's say, Havlicek?
Havlicek's got to be on there too. So I did this on the plane last night because I'm a loser and I had no life.
This is what you were doing on the plane?
I had some time to kill. I was watching the hockey and I was doing the top 5. So I think Tatum's probably number 5 right now. I think Max is right. His resume is already elite. Stacks up there in terms of the All NBA. He's about to be first team All NBA again. That gives him 4 for his career. He's already got a championship.
Garnett wasn't here long
He's
enough.
there. No, and everyone, like, I think the comparisons to Pierce are totally outdated at this point. His career already is on a completely different level than Pierce's was.
There's people
in
who put
terms of
Pierce
those
ahead of
first team
himself.
All NBA guys,
Okay.
Pierce doesn't have it.
So I think that's the point on this, which is if he knocks somebody out, the first guy to go is going to be Pierce if you have Pierce in your top 5, which some people don't.
Yeah, but a lot of people do. People would have a problem.
Because there are guys that will put in their top 5 Celtics of all time. They get to Kuzi, then they get to Havlicek, and some of them will put Dave Cowens in there.
Dave Cowens, yep.
Dave Cowens, a 2-time MVP, right?
I think he has one 2-time champ, MVP, yeah. All-Star game MVP,
So maybe that's what I'm
8-time
thinking.
All-Star. Short career.
So he had a league MVP?
Yep.
And then also what was the other MVP?
All-Star game MVP.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
All right. But there are people that put him in that category as well, over Paul Pierce. So I think that Pierce, for those who have Pierce in there, he's probably going to knock him out. If you have Pierce 5, Tatum's going to potentially soon knock Pierce out. If he hasn't already, because he clearly already has for Max. I can't believe that you will, like, never move the Havliceks or Kuzis out of that top 5.
No, you can't.
Like,
I don't know how you can.
You don't think at some point someone might pass them?
No, from a resume standpoint, impossible. Just
Okay,
all the championships, all the and you're right. The league has changed and all that stuff.
Yeah, thank
But
you.
those Russell, Kuzi, Havlicek, I think are always going to be, and Bird obviously are always going to be there. And I think Tatum's right now you're 5th, probably number 5. But his resume already, it's crazy. But he continues to stack up these first team All NBA honors, and it's not just All Star, but first team All NBA. I mean, that's legit. And to already have 4 at this stage in his career and have that championship, yeah, he's going to be in the mix there as an all-time great Celtic. Already is.
All right, Max has a critique of the documentary, the Celtic City
When I talk
documentary.
about Larry Bird and they say I don't give him enough credit, and I've always said Larry Bird is one of the greatest players ever to play the game. And then people say you're jealous of where he's at and what Larry did. I'm not. I applaud what Larry did as a player. I won multiple championships with him, and I wasn't a bus rider. I was a bus driver. I look at this Celtic City thing, and I'm like, man, I sure didn't get the kind of credit that I probably deserve. But a lot of people saying, get over it, and I'm not. I'm gonna be petty. And if there's one thing you can talk about yourself, and these are just facts. There have only been 36 guys or 37 guys in the history of the NBA who've been finals MVPs. And damn it, I'm one of them. I've said that multiple times. To win 2 championships and to win it with the great Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. And even when this team got beat in 1985 and I was hurt, you look at the Celtic City thing, what did they talk about? My inability to come back from injury. I was hurt.
I love it. Max standing up for
He's
himself.
the best. Great. And he always does that. Comes in here, always makes a point to talk about how great Larry was. And people think he hates Larry. Like, yeah, they had their issues, but I'm the bus driver. That was a great line.
I got a quick note on Bob Cousy here, too.
Yeah, what is it?
The last time he made all NBA first team was 1961. Do you want to care to venture a guess how many teams were in the NBA back then?
8.
8.
Yeah, 8.
You got to play the schedule that's in front of you.
Yeah.
And they did that.
No, I'm just wondering how many titles Tatum could have if he played in an 8-team league right now. Right?
Competition's that much
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, though. Wouldn't you like to figure out who the players would be in the league if it was only an 8-league team right now?
Yes. Yeah.
You have to take the entire league, redraft it onto 8 rosters. What are some of those benches going to look like?
Right, like the 12th man on the
crap.
Celtics now.
Let's just
is-
look at a
yeah,
fantasy
exactly.
basketball team
Yeah.
or fantasy basketball league.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what it would be.
Yeah, Tatum wouldn't get any run, just like he did now last summer.
Kerr wouldn't play him.
Tatum would be a bench guy. It's unbelievable.